Hey everyone, this is Sue Reviews again. I just want to say thank you for subscribing and liking and comment if you want. I'm going to do my first movie review. It's Dragon Ball Super Broly, and I gotta say it was so good. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Visually, amazing. Like multiple times, it was like just went from here to like a whole other level of coolness. Like it was just blown away. They changed the origin story on Broly, which I didn't mind. One thing though, they kind of gave Bardock the short stick because, spoiler alert, you get to see him try and take down Frieza before he destroys the planet Vegeta, and it sucks because they kind of just like skip it a little bit, and it's cool because they have once Broly gets knocked off the planet for being too strong as a baby because they're afraid he's gonna just destroy everyone. His father follows him, and they're gonna seek revenge on Vegeta and the whole planet and all the Saiyans. But when they find out that the planet's destroyed, because Frieza meets with them and tells them he has a mission for them to do, and he realizes how strong Broly is. So they're gonna go to Earth and go take down some other fucking Saiyans. And those Saiyans happen to be Goku and Vegeta, but they don't know what's happening yet, cause all we see when we go to Earth is them flying in the Earth battling, which is pretty cool shots. And we see Beerus just lying on the ground, just sleeping. Whis is munching on some food. He's probably eating some rice pudding or something. And Bulma's all happy how our setup is, how no one's going to destroy all the buildings and stuff where they're training at. So it's kind of them just lolling around like on vacation or something. And Bulma gets a call saying from Goten and Kid Trunks, someone broke into her lab again, and that's where the Super Balls were. Someone took all the Dragon Balls and Super Balls, Dragon Balls, all the Dragon Balls and her radar scanner, which, if you don't know, it helps you find all the Dragon Balls. So she's really bummed about that. So they go through and they find out that it was a low-level class, like super low class, working for Frieza's team. So we find out that Frieza has stole the Dragon Balls. But we find out why Bulma wanted the Dragon Balls in the first place was because she wanted to get 5 years younger. And then Goku makes a snuff about, well, why didn't you just wish yourself like 10 years younger? And then she just made a joke how people would notice and all this stuff. So ended up carrying on with Frieza's wish. His wish is just ridiculous too. He wants to be 5 feet taller. So he doesn't look any weird. He can be like 10 feet tall, they said. And he's like, no, I want to be 5 feet so no one can notice. So it just looks like I'm constantly growing normally, which is freaking weird. I hate how animes do that goofy, like nonsense jokery. I don't get it, but whatever. So anyways, that's all going on. They're talking about why they lost the Dragon Balls and what are they going to do with the Dragon Balls when they get their wish. And we see this saga of Broly, him growing up as a kid on the planet too, him taking down monsters as a little baby, and then them like scavenging for food. We find out that they have Frieza's henchmen looking for them, and they find them. And the one girl, I can't remember what her name was again. Sorry guys, I have everything written down sometimes. It's Chilia. She's like one of the low class thieves or whatever for Frieza, but she kind of befriends Broly at the start and wonders why he's getting like collared, shocked and stuff like that. His dad has a collar to control him and everything, just in case no one noticed that. So yeah, after that, it's kind of like slow pace once they meet with Frieza on it. He just says he has a job for them, blah blah blah. Always talks about them monkeys, calling the Saiyans the monkeys, which is just brutal. Anyway, so they get to Earth because they're trying to find the last Dragon Ball, and the last Dragon Ball is on, I don't even know, some Iceland. So they go to the Icelands, probably Iceland, who knows? But they go there, and then Goku and Frieza meet them, and then they find out that Frieza's there, that he has Broly, but they don't ever meet Broly. So they start fighting. Well, not really. Vegeta fights? Yeah, Vegeta fights first. Vegeta fights Broly first. They go at it for a while, and they're going back and forth, and then Vegeta goes Super Saiyan, and it's pretty, everyone's like, oh, wow, no, amazing, and then Vegeta just dusts Broly for a while. He just beats him up really bad, and then Broly's able to, he's kind of learning as he's fighting, so he's getting stronger and stronger. He's raging out, he's getting madder and madder, and Vegeta's gotta go. He finally goes red. Super Saiyan God, I think it's called. I can't remember what all the forms are called. I know there's Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 3. There's the red form, red God form, which is basically they keep their stamina and they keep their speed up, I think, or it's just their stamina and their strength. I can't remember. I'm always mixed up between the two. And then blue is, I think it's they're super strong, and then their speed is pretty good, but it takes away a lot of energy, I'm pretty sure, when they go in that form. And we get to see a fusion too, so spoilers. Yeah, we get to see the Gogeta fusion dance, which was so cool. I loved it. It was so good. But anyways, we're getting off topic. We'll go back to this, where we were before, where they were just starting. So yeah, he goes red, and that was pretty good. He was just destroying Broly again, just tanking him, and then Broly goes into his second Berserker form. So then he just kind of, Vegeta backs off, and because Goku wants a piece of him now, but Goku's ready. He's made up, so Vegeta just steps off, and he's like, whatever. But it sucks because you kind of don't see Vegeta for another like 10 minutes till he complains that Goku's getting his butt kicked. So Goku's like doing pretty good, and then he starts getting trashed once he goes red. He just gets demoed, beaten up hard. He goes blue when he's like just injured, gutless. Piccolo was talking to him in telepathically, telling him he won't be able to help because Piccolo's kind of useless now, sadly, even though he's one of my OG homeboys. I loved him growing up in DBZ and Dragon Ball. He says he can't really help, but he has senzu beams. So Goku said he'll teleport them. Use instant transmission for the last resort to go to them. So it was like, okay. So while that's happening, Vegeta and Goku team up to fight Broly. So that fight's going on for a while, and then they realize they're not gonna win this fight. Like, he's too damn fucking strong. Like, he's so strong. And I'm pretty sure during that part, Frieza decides to shoot Paragus right in the freaking heart with one of his little laser shots to see if that would crank Broly's strength up. And it did. And that kind of matter, so they had to fight even way more Berserk Broly, which is, I think, his level 3 form by then they've had to fight him at. And then once that started, it was pretty cool. My favorite part, once Vegeta and Goku like instant transmission right in front of Frieza, Broly literally like just started pounding Frieza right in the face. Like, he just destroyed him, downed him. Even when he went in gold, he was just getting butt kicked. I loved it. And even when they're doing the dance, so they teleport to Piccolo's. They teleport Piccolo to get senzu beans, and then they're gonna talk about doing the dance. And Vegeta is not down for this fusion. I don't get what his problem is. I know about your Saiyan pride and blah blah blah, but man, you guys are so strong when you guys fuse. I don't get it. It's so annoying. But anyways, Vegeta is one of my favorite characters in the show, so I can't really bitch about him that much. But damn, his Saiyan pride gets him all the time. So he doesn't want to act ridiculous doing that dance, but he ends up doing it. But it takes them probably 3 tries, I think, to get it right, because if you don't do the dance 100% right, you're going to mess up your fusion technique. So they go to fat Gogeta to skinny Gogeta, and then they finally get it right. So, but every time they mess up, it takes 30 minutes. But in between that, so Frieza just getting his ass kicked by Broly is fucking awesome. I was like one of my favorite scenes. He just getting dusted, and I love it. I fucking hate Frieza. Fuck Frieza. Okay, so they get their Gogeta form down, and they're trying to think of a name. Well, before we were called Vegito. Now we should be called Go Vegeta. No. And they thought of a couple weird names, and then they finally landed on Gogeta. Because if you know, there's the one movie that they make, and they go into the Gogeta form when they're both dead, and it's fucking so cool. If it's not canon, so it sucks. But we'll get into all the other Dragon Ball Z movies after my review. Sorry, I'm getting off topic right now. So anyways, we'll go back to the Dragon Balls. So they teleport back as Gogeta and literally tell Frieza, just wait there in the rubble and we'll go take care of you next. And they just handle business, those two guys. They does it, Broly. Back and forth they fight. They go in Super Saiyan form, and they're literally like, their energy creates like a barrier around them that looks like another dimension, so they're just like fighting this other dimension, and this like really crazy like Japanese music's like Gogeta, Gogeta. It's freaking so cool, but it like works. It's so random and weird, but it just works perfectly. I love it. I love it. So yeah, they literally just demo him. He goes his full berserk form too, and then they reach blue Super Saiyan God blue form Gogeta, I think it's called. So yeah, it was pretty insane when they landed that. They did their rainbow, I don't even remember what it's called, the rainbow star punch, I call it all the time just as a joke, and then they just leveled them with that attack. They did the major Kamehameha wave. Once that was happening too, Kamehameha wave, sorry. Once that all was happening too, the cheerleader girl who's friends with Broly doesn't like any of this stuff's happening because he knows she doesn't like Broly being used as a war dog. He's just led the wrong path. People were showing him the wrong way. His dad wasn't teaching him the right stuff. So she gets one of the bad guys to awaken Shenron for her, and her wish, she was trying to think of what it could be to save Broly. So she didn't know, she didn't like get it, so it was just in a lull in that scene. So then went back to the fight just going down, they're beating up, and then they let this big wave out, like this big energy wave out at Broly in the last second before it hits him, because he's just like ready to take this big blast. And then yeah, this big blast, and then where were we? So yeah, she wishes for Broly to be safe, teleport him back home to the planet that he was once lost at. So, boop, Shenron wishes that, disappears, go to the planet that he went to, and then Shenron disappears. All the Dragon Balls disappear, go around. I think it's just the Earth they go around. Yeah, they just go around the Earth and separate. And then he disappears, screaming, and the other planet doesn't really know what happens. And then Gogeta sees everyone leaving, and he's kind of happy that they didn't really finish him off, because half of it's Goku, and he's just one of those kids that loves fighting people for some weird reason. And then I can't remember what happens after that. I think it's, oh yeah, Vegeta. No, sorry guys, we're in this big lull right now. I don't know what the frick I'm going to talk about right now. Okay, so we're going to talk about the ending when Broly's gone on the planet, and all the Frieza soldiers are flying away in their spaceships, and that Khalifa girl, or Chalila girl, she's taking a ship, and Frieza's gonna ready just to freaking zap her too, and then Gogeta just comes and grabs his arm. He's like, no way, man, not today. And then he just kind of powers down and says, he's like, I will rule this planet one more time, with his weird, like, little man laugh, and then runs away. Well, flies away technically. It was pretty good though. I liked it. And then after that, it goes back to Broly, and fuck, I'm gonna mess up her name again. The girl, the blue girl, or the green girl. Broly's friend. We're just gonna call her Broly's friend because I keep messing up the name. So they're back there, they're talking about like how we survived, and they're barely gonna have food to live, and blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden Goku shows up. Someone, hey, can I come in? And he's like, they're like, what do you want? Like, why are you here? We're not gonna fight you again. We don't want you to fight. And he says, no, I'm here to give you some food and help you. He's like, I want you to be friends. He's like, I know you're not a bad person. He's like, I want to keep training with you, fighting with you, because I know I can get to a bigger level. So that's teasing that we're gonna see Broly in either, hopefully, I don't know if they're doing any more like series for TV shows for Super. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure they said they weren't, or they're taking a big long break. But I hope they're doing another movie with Broly, because this movie made so much money, and it did fucking really good. Like, it was a good fucking Dragon Ball Z movie. It was really good. I liked it. I was very impressed. The voice acting was very good. Oh yeah, and the very ending too, when Goku's about to leave, he's like, oh yeah, my name's Goku, but Broly, you call me Kakarot. It was like, fuck, yes, it was so badass when he said that. I was like, fuck yes, that's like the first time he's ever wanted anyone to call him Kakarot. So I was like, rock on Kakarot. So That's basically what I thought about it. So I'm going to talk about my dislikes now. That was kind of like the description a little bit, with mixing with some baloney I like to talk about. So I'm going to talk about my likes and dislikes about it right now, I guess. There's obviously possibly going to be a sequel, I think. I'm not 100% sure about this. They should, because they made a buttload of money. A buttload of money. Let me see. Oh yeah, so we'll just do the dislikes first, because there's not a lot of dislikes in this. It's usually, problem is the lull with like just waiting for them to fight and then charging up and screaming, and if you're not down for that stuff, then I don't know, it's still a fucking good movie. So either way, like, it's a good movie, good animation, good to watch. I find, what else is there? I wish there was more, like just longer to watch. I like watching a longer movie, but it has to be good. Like, it can't just be fucking lull moments after lull moment. It has to be like bam, 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 good stuff happening. So if they kept it going good, then I wouldn't mind it. But I'm not too heartbroken that it ended on a good note. Very good ending too. Yeah. So those are most of my negatives. Oh, and the wishes, the minus. I fucking like. What was the deal with? I don't like how they wished for the Dragon Balls like that. That was just so nonsense. But I guess that was just their way of saving Broly in the end with an easy, like, just under the carpet way. My pluses, the fucking animation was so good. It was so cool. Like, just looked nice. Like, I loved it. I'm not known for just like my language and just how I talk and everything. So this is how you guys are gonna have to hear it out. Oh yeah, seeing like the transformation of Vegeta go to Red Super Saiyan God was awesome, because I remember looking in the manga that he goes in that form, but we never get to see it ever in any of the TV shows or movies that they made. So when they finally showed it here, I was like, yes, and he looked awesome. I'm sorry, Goku, but Vegeta looks way better in blue. He looks way better in red. He just looks so much better. What else? Yeah, that was pretty much my topics. Those are my plus sides and my minus sides. I don't really have anything like good or bad to talk about right now, I don't think. Like, I love the movie, if you guys can tell. Like, I'll let you guys know if I don't like a movie. Like, it'll be a big bashing session, that's for sure. This is like my first beta test on everything, so I hope everyone enjoys this. Yeah, like, another minus reason too. Frieza wanted to grow 5 full centimeters longer. Like, what's the deal with that? Like, fuck. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about DBZ. I was a huge fan, if you guys can't tell. I literally changed my shirt for this video. I love DBZ. It was one of my favorite things growing up. It's been going on for like, I think 30 plus years, yeah, when like it just like hasn't missed a beat. It's like one of the best anime shows around too still. It's just, I highly recommend people watching it. I highly recommend for the series for the like TV show series, you're gonna want to do Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and if you're dumb enough to watch Dragon Ball GT, then I don't know what you're doing liking Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball GT was so bad. Oh my god. We're not going to talk about that right now, because we're going to talk about the movies and finishing up my podcast for tonight. So, what else we got? Oh, yeah. Other movies I recommend for Dragon Ball Z super fans. Dragon Ball Super, the older Broly Saga versions, they weren't bad. They were pretty good. Like, the first one, I didn't mind. It was cool because you got to see, like, Gohan. Vegeta was totally different. He did not want to fight Broly. He heard about how powerful this legendary Super Saiyan was. He bowed down. Piccolo had to pick him up by the hair and whip him into battle. That's how big of a bitch he was in that movie. So yeah, I recommend watching the OG version of that one. It's a little bit, Broly's origin isn't too good. He's mostly just screaming Kakarot, which isn't too bad. DBZ Bojack Unbound, which is pretty much right after the Cell Saga. It goes in with how Gohan deals with like saving the world and stuff, and then it's just how he has to step up with everyone still being around there. It's pretty cool. I like that one. DBZ History of Trunks. That one's probably one of my favorites too. It literally shows the history of the Trunks that comes to the from the alternate universe back in before the Cell Saga began. It's pretty cool. It shows like what happened to his master, what happened to everyone in his timeline, how he got there, how badly he got his butt kicked, how he turned into a Super Saiyan. It's a really good one. DBZ Fusion Reborn. That one has Gogeta. That was the first time Gogeta was ever shown, I'm pretty sure, in the Fusion, for the Fusion dance. And I know I'm missing some movies, but those are just my favorite ones. I feel like this is the end of the video now, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Sue Reviews coming at ya. So, just like Goku said, you call me Kakarot.